Everybody throws around the word narcissist like it's party glitter. Exes, bosses, that one friend who takes selfies at funerals, you know the type. But here's the kicker. What happens when narcissism isn't just annoying, but dark? That's what people on the internet often call a dark narcissist. And clinically, psychologists call it malignant narcissism. Different words, same beast. And trust me, it's nothing like the watered-down pop culture version. The casual label people toss around doesn't even scratch the surface of the real damage this one causes. So how do you even know if you're dealing with one of these? Because it's easy to confuse them with your standard issue egomaniac. At first glance, they can look like your usual loud, charming, over-the-top narcissist, but if you watch closely, the mask doesn't just slip, it cracks. And when it cracks, what you see isn't just someone who needs attention. It's someone who's vindictive, paranoid, and allergic to empathy. They don't just want admiration, they want domination. For them, relationships aren't about love or mutual respect. Forget that. It's about control, supply, survival. Psychologists describe malignant narcissism as narcissism that's been weaponized. It's not just, look at me, I'm amazing. It's, I will psychologically bleed you dry and smile while I do it. And here's the chilling part. It's not accidental, it's intentional. This is a personality structure where cruelty isn't the side effect. It's the point. And listen, this kind of narcissism doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's not like one day they wake up and decide, hey, I think I'll ruin lives for fun. Most of the time, this stuff was forged way back in childhood in homes that were chaotic, invalidating, sometimes flat out suffocating. They learned really early that power, not connection, is what keeps you safe. Some of them literally copied abusive parents or caregivers, picked up cruelty the way other kids pick up hobbies. And by the time they're adults, it's not just a mask they put on, it's the only face they've got. The term malignant narcissism actually goes back to Otto Kernberg, a psychoanalyst from the 60s and 70s. He noticed some patients weren't just self-absorbed, they were dangerous. They combined narcissistic traits with antisocial behavior, paranoia, and straight-up sadism. It wasn't just another flavor of narcissism, it was more like a hybrid between narcissism and psychopathy. These people didn't just want attention, they wanted to dominate, to humiliate, to control. And unlike your garden variety narcissist, they weren't satisfied with applause. They wanted you crushed. So how do you spot one? Like, what gives them away when you run into them in real life? Well, they exploit people. And not by accident. They do it with precision, with strategy, and with zero guilt. They're paranoid, constantly assuming betrayal even where there's none. They get aggressive emotionally, psychologically, and sometimes physically. They walk around with a superiority complex so inflated you wonder how the ceiling hasn't collapsed on them. And empathy? They don't just lack it, they despise it. If you show vulnerability, they see weakness. And weakness to them is an opportunity. If you've ever been gaslit so hard you started Googling, am I losing my mind? Then yeah, you've met this type. And if you've ever seen someone clutch a grudge like it's their family heirloom, polishing it, treasuring it, keeping it alive for decades, that's them too. These people don't let things go. Forgiveness? Please. That word isn't even in their vocabulary. What they do is wait. They bide their time. And when they hit back, it's not some heat-of-the-moment explosion. It's precise, it's calculated. Like a surgeon, only the surgery is on your sanity. And here's the thing, they don't just sit quietly with their grudges. They've got a whole playbook, and one of their favorite moves is triangulation. Basically, turning people against each other. You let one of them into your life, and suddenly your best friend is acting distant, your family feels weirdly off with you, and you're left wondering what the hell happened. It's not bad luck, it's not coincidence, it's by design. Because when you're cut off and standing alone, you're a lot easier to control. What makes it even harder is how convincing they can be to everyone else. Out in public, they shine. Colleagues think they're brilliant, neighbors see them as charming, sometimes even therapists get pulled in. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, you're running on empty, doubting yourself, trying to figure out why you feel like you're losing your grip. That's the trap. Nobody else sees it, so you end up questioning your own reality even more. Now, psychologists have a nickname for the flavor of poison we're talking about. They call it the dark triad. Sounds dramatic, but honestly, it fits. It's narcissism mixed with Machiavellian scheming and a good dose of psychopathy. And malignant narcissists manage to tick every damn box. From the narcissism side, you get the grandiosity and that endless hunger for admiration. From the Machiavellian side, you get the cold manipulation and the it's all about me mentality. And from the psychopathy side, you get the callousness, the aggression, the zero remorse. Add in paranoia, and you've got a recipe for chaos. And here's the twist that makes them even scarier than the average narcissist: paranoia. A psychopath might manipulate just because it benefits them, like they're playing chess. But a dark narcissist, they'll go after you because they think you insulted them, or you didn't text fast enough, or you smiled the wrong way. Half the time it's all in their head, but the retaliation is very, very real. That's why they're not just cold. They're volatile. You never know when the next strike is coming, only that it will. And if you're sitting there wondering, okay, but aren't all narcissists like this? Not exactly. The grandiose ones, they're arrogant, they want praise, but they're not always cruel. The vulnerable ones, they're needy, fragile, constantly worried you'll abandon them. But dark narcissists, they're like the worst mashup imaginable. They've got the arrogance, the insecurity, the cruelty, the paranoia, all rolled into one. They don't just test your boundaries, they wreck them and then smirk while you try to pick up the pieces. The scary part is they don't show their true face right away. In the beginning, they can look high functioning, magnetic, even inspiring. They seem smart, capable, passionate, but spend enough time with them and the cracks start to show. For the people closest to them, the impact is brutal. Chronic anxiety, shredded confidence, walking on eggshells, trauma that makes you question your own sanity. Living with one isn't a bad relationship. It's like being slowly waterboarded, only it's your identity being eroded instead of your breath. And here's the kicker: they reserve their sharpest knives for the people closest to them: partners, kids, friends, not because they hate those people, but because that's where they get the most control. They'll smother you with love bombing, then tear you apart piece by piece. They'll gaslight you into oblivion, then punish you for reacting, and they'll trap you in this vicious cycle where you keep hoping the good version of them will come back. The truth, that version never existed. It was bait, nothing more. And here's where it gets really twisted. Some of them don't just use manipulation in the old school sense, they'll actually grab hold of therapy language and flip it into a weapon. I mean, picture this. You're the one who's read the books, maybe even done therapy. You've got words like boundaries or trauma response in your toolkit. And then one day, they throw it all right back at you. Suddenly, you're being accused of gaslighting them. They tell you you're the manipulator, you're the abuser, you're the one who needs to reflect on your behavior. And the worst part? They say it with such confidence that you start to doubt your own sanity all over again. It's like they take the dictionary of healing and twist every definition until it cuts you instead of helps you. And that's the trap, because you keep thinking, wait, maybe they've got a point. Maybe I really am overreacting. Number that spiral you fall into? That's exactly where they want you. The confusion is the control. They don't need chains or locks. They just need you second-guessing yourself enough to stay stuck. And listen, none of this is some clumsy accident where they just lose their temper. That's the trap people fall into, thinking the cruelty is random. It isn't. Every guilt trip, every snide remark, every word they twist, it's all part of the script. They know exactly what they're doing, and they do it because the pain itself is the payoff. That's the thing most people miss. You're lying there at night, wide awake, replaying the argument, wondering if maybe you really were overreacting. And that's the moment they were aiming for all along. That's their victory. Not resolution, not connection, just that quiet satisfaction of knowing they got inside your head. There's a workbook linked in the description that can help if you're healing after a narcissistic relationship. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself.